Welcome to Uncle Karl's Crazy Real Estate Stories, where we discuss all the real deals that we are making happen in the trenches. This is no guru bullshit. This is real estate investing in the trenches, from guns to goats, lawsuits, police, and motorcycle gangs. Let the stories begin with your hosts, Uncle Karl and Stas Kostadinov.
Uncle Karl, welcome to your show.
Good morning. It's early as hell. I can't believe we're doing this we woke up at 7 o'clock this morning to...
Yeah, Uncle Karl called me like 7:40. No, what, 7:20? I was still like in my bed trying to wake up, and we had the space booked at what, 7:40?
So here's the thing. We're up tired as hell, worked late last night. So guys, send us some money if it's a podcast. We're going to give you address at the end. If it's good, just send us some money, okay?
Well, Uncle Karl, I heard you went back to jail last week. Is this your fourth or fifth time in jail, huh?
I think it's my fourth time going to jail.
Oh, really? Tell us what you did there, man.
Well, at least this time I wasn't getting fingerprinted and, in the holding cell. So this is a better thing. But sometimes you have to go to jail to get a deal.
That's right.
And this is a deal. This is a piece of property I've wanted. I've been searching for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And finally tracked down the guy.
Okay.
I've been talking to his brother for a while, and he worked at two local. Here's the thing you guys got to do sometimes. You got to be like a stalker. And so we found out he's working at these two local restaurants. So I went into the local restaurant to see if he's there and said, no, he's not here anymore. And then we checked on his Facebook, and he's back in jail.
Oh, my gosh.
So we wrote him a letter, saying, hey, we'd like to talk to you about your property, da-da-da-da-da. Now, for the visitations, there's like, they can usually get one visitation when they're in jail per week, I think.
Okay.
And so we didn't want to take up his visitation. Everyone said, hey, so sometimes they'll get mad at people in prison will get mad if you just show up and take up, they have a certain amount of visitation rules. So we wrote him a letter. He wrote back, said, come see me at jail.
Okay.
So
that's very professional.
So I've dressed up in my regular stuff, go to jail. You can't bring your wallet in. You can't bring your phone in. You can't bring anything in to jail. So I go up there, and I'm talking to him. He's a nice guy, and he's going back for a little longer stint this time. I think someone had stolen his inheritance, and he had taken care of it in a way he probably shouldn't have, and that's why he was in jail. So I better make sure I take good care of him. But anyway, so I'm sitting there in jail talking to him, and we go back and forth, and we make a deal to buy this piece of property. It's an area next to light rail. It's going up in value. I'm pretty excited about it. So got to get him. Now, the thing was, I've been looking for his father for almost 2 years also.
Wow.
And I'm like, hey, do you know where your father is? I can't find him anywhere. I said, we're really good at tracking people and stuff like that, because it was left to him, his brother, and his father. Okay. So I'm like, I'm pretty good at finding people. I'm pretty good at tracking people. I found you in jail, So he was like, yeah, my father, he lives in a car at this dead end street, and he lives, right back there in this broken down van. So it was 10 o'clock at night, and I just got my new Rolls Royce. It's not new, it's 1990 Rolls Royce. So I drive down there at 10 o'clock at night, get out of my Rolls Royce, knock on his window, gets out, and let's say his name's Frank. I said, hey, Frank, I've been talking to your son, and anyways, I want to buy your lot. And he was all excited, and he's a nice guy, but he gets a check every month, and it seems like there's a lot of alcohol bottles. There might be an issue there.
Yeah. So
we signed the paperwork, the deed. I gave him $500 up front, and he gets the rest of the money once we get everybody on board and clear the title.
Right.
But it was a little bit scary at 10 o'clock. My Rolls Royce down this dead end street.
What did he say about your Rolls Royce?
He likes the Rolls Royce. I'm gonna give him a drive in it.
Really?
Yeah. Although, just a quick update, my Rolls Royce is back in the shop for the second time. It's kind of rough. So I think it's spend more time in the shop than on the road, But and I'll tell you about the Rolls Royce. I know this is a side thing, but I'd always wanted a Rolls Royce, and I found one. It's a 1990 in really great shape. It was $18,000, so it's not like But people think I'm rich now. Like, oh, you're driving a Rolls Royce.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody looks at at the car whenever you drive. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh," pointing with fingers. "Oh my gosh, look at this Rolls Royce."
Yeah, but it's only. I mean, it's $18,000 car, but people, I've always won one. I got it.
Yeah.
And it's fun. We took it driving for dollars the other day. I had our partners, Brandon and Austin. They went down some street where these guys are rolling dice and smoking pot in the street, and they come tooling down. They're writing addresses down and stuff. But and they were putting out signs in the Rolls Royce. But you got to have fun too. Life's
Of course.
But that's basically how I went to jail. That was my I think it was my fourth time in jail. But the other times I got fingerprinted and
tell me what happened the other times.
Okay, it's funny. We're as the business grows, we're raising private money.
Yeah.
Always. And my private money guy said, "Don't talk about being in jail." They said that's not a good thing. But let me just talk about the times I've been to jail. The first time I was in jail was just after college. I bought in a Subway store.
Okay.
And I had wrote out some checks, and then I thought they cleared. I'm not a very organized guy, so I moved to Charlotte, opened up a Subway there, and then one day a sheriff comes in and says, "Are you Karl Spielvogel?" And I said, "Yes." He goes, "I have a warrant for your arrest." I'm like, "What? You wrote a bad check up in Boone." I'm like, I thought that cleared. I closed out my account. He goes, "It didn't." And I was the only one there.
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, oh, man, he's going to take me downtown and arrest me, and my Subway's not going to open that day. And I was like, oh. So I said, you know what? And I guess I was not 100% truthful here. I said, look, my boss is going to fire me. Please, can I come down later today and bond out? He goes, sure, just bring bond money, come on in, and you can do that. So I went in, I got fingerprinted and all that kind of stuff, and it's really embarrassing, So I was arrested for a bad check back in probably my 20s.
So what's the how many days are they arresting you for?
No, I was able to bond out right there.
Oh, okay,
and I paid it, so I didn't get to spend. I didn't get an overnighter there.
So it's like overnight. You spent overnight jail because of that check or something?
No, I just paid it right there. They let you pay it, pay the fines,
Okay.
so I didn't have to stay overnight.
Right.
I got to. Luckily, I didn't get to experience that.
Yeah, that's good.
So that was the first time I was arrested.
Okay.
I think the second time I was arrested. Now I've recently quit drinking. I think it was definitely a problem. I was drinking 6-7 nights a week, 6-7 beers, too much.
Yeah.
So I've quit drinking. But back.
Talk on the mic.
Oh,
always.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was at a Panther game drinking beer.
Okay.
And a couple friend of mine started smoking.
Okay.
You're not allowed to smoke at the Panther thing, and the usher was like, "Hey, put that out," and he kept smoking right in front of him.
Yeah.
So I saw the usher go around the corner. I said, "Guys, we got to get out of here. We're gonna get arrested for smoking. This is stupid. Let's go."
But you're not smoking.
I wasn't
your
smoking.
friends.
They
Okay.
were. So what happens is I'm getting them out.
Okay.
My buddy Mike and another guy. So comes around the corner. So I got them out, and then I see him up against the wall with the police officer.
Yeah.
So I go up to the usher. I said, "This is bullshit." I said, "I can't believe you're doing this." I started talking to him, and the officer comes up to me. I said, "This is fucking bullshit. Fuck you, fuck you." Yeah, I said that. I shouldn't have. And then the officer puts me up against the wall. And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He goes, "Yeah, I have to arrest you. I have to take you in, for drunken disorderly." So they handcuffed me. He was real nice. Officer was like, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I got to do this." And I said, "Hey, I'm sorry." I said, "So I know. I just got to take you downstairs and da-da-da-da." I didn't realize they have a holding cell in the Panther Stadium.
Really?
Yes, they do.
Wow.
So I got taken down to the holding cell in the Panther Stadium, drunken disorderly. And at the time, too, my buddy Mike, they let my buddy Mike go, who started all the stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And then he ended up, the time I had a really old, what was it called? A limousine.
Okay.
So what happened was he went down to the bar, talked to the bartender, Warren. Warren gave him some money. They came bail. He pulled up in a limousine, got me bailed out. And so I'm coming out of the jail, getting picked up in a limo, going back down. That was an old limo I'd bought for $1,000. But so that was basically that was the second time I was in jail. Yeah. We might have to edit this out. We'll see. Dan's gonna be like, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, this is really good for your raising private money kind of stuff. People are gonna like the fact you've been to jail." Now, the third time I was in jail was when I had a contractor, and we had a big dispute, and I was trying to solve it, and this guy was crazy. and he actually been arrested before too. So he kept, leaving voicemails threatening me and stuff like that. So we had him arrested for communicating threats.
Okay.
So we went to trial. He got off on a plea bargain, and then you can't do this anymore. So he went back after the trial and filed stuff saying I communicated threats with them.
Seriously?
Well, yes, they did. So they came back and they arrested me at my house. I was so mad, took me down. He never showed up for trial, started laughing, going, hey, I got you arrested. And they don't allow you to do that anymore. Because it's like he'd been arrested for communicating threats. So then he turned around and said, I did it. And for some reason, they came in. So that was my third time in jail.
It seems like all of these 3 times, it was not your fault. I mean, it's all like only the first time that you were not like responsible for the check, but that's it.
No, I'm still responsible. It's my fault. I mean, I deserved it. I mean, but they weren't terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about another time. There was another time. This podcast is going to hell. But the other time I was, I'm not good at organization. So I got a speeding ticket at one point.
Okay.
And I paid it 2 days after the date it was due. The court date. So I guess I didn't pay. There's like a $25 reinstatement fee or late fee. So they cashed the check, but technically my license was revoked. Okay. Because I paid it 2 days late. So I was going through Asheville on the way back from Chapel Hill visiting family. And there's a place where the speed limit goes from 55 to 45. Okay. Yeah. And I was going 70 in a 55, I thought. But it turns out I was going 70 in a 45. So I'm going 70 to 45. The police pulls me over. Officer, and he runs the license, and he goes, you know what, your license is revoked. I said, no, I paid the ticket. He says, no, it's revoked. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. He says, well, normally I would let you go, but you're going 70 and a 45 and your revoked license, I'm going to have to take you to jail. So they took me down to the Asheville jail, Asheboro jail, booked me in there, and I'm sitting there going, oh my God. So I call up my buddy John and say, hey, I need you to do me a favor. This one I own some Subways too. So I need you to go in to the safe, go in, get the money, and come bail me out. So he went in, got the money, drove to Asheboro, and brought his girlfriend, Joanna at the time, and they drove down to the jail to bail me out. Now, here's the thing. When they bail you out in Asheboro, there's a holding cell, and then you have to walk they have to walk you down to the magistrate's office, okay? And they take the policy is they have to handcuff and shackle you. They have to. That's their policy. It's like, I'm going to really run away on this. But say, look, this policy, they were nice. They were like, so I'm sitting there walking handcuffs and shackles, and they're sitting there laughing at me as I'm going down to get bailed out.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
That's ridiculous.
So that was the 4th time I was in jail. So, organization is not one of my key things, guys. I keep telling everyone I'm the big picture guy. I can put stuff together. And my guy that's helping me, Dan, who's helping me raise private money, is going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're saying this. Good luck with raising money. But I have to tell people this is who I am. This is some of the stuff I've done.
Yep.
So it is what it is. So now we went off on that tangent.
Yeah, right. So you're going to jail. Then I heard that you made a neighbor break into a house for you, and you're trying to get. Are you trying to get to jail again?
No, I'm trying to stay out of jail. So we had a neighbor break into a house. This way I don't go to jail. No, that's not really how it happened, but it sounds good. But basically, we were working on this property. It was our number one way, tax delinquents. And I hate we're getting competition because I'm talking about it, but it was a tax delinquent. And we kept leaving notes at the guy's house, calling him, leaving notes, calling him, leaving notes. So one of the things, and I'm giving away a secret here, and I probably shouldn't. I should probably say this for the mastermind. But anyway, did I mention we have a mastermind group?
No, we haven't.
I haven't. Okay. Well, we have this great mastermind group. It's only $105 a month. We have 4 Zoom meetings every month,
right,
where we go in, we share detailed ways on how we got stuff. We break these things down, and we go into depth on it. And also, what about the mastermind group? Oh, we also have a Facebook page.
And we also have badass people come into the mastermind and talk about their businesses. We had last week Larry Higgins, CEO of Keep Jenny.
And he shared some really cool ways to track people and do stuff. So there's always somebody. We always have, and we have everybody. David Day has done over 2,000 deals.
Yeah, we had Dan Zutowski talking about private money in his business.
Although he might be getting ready to fire me on the part. No, but yeah, we got a lot of good people and a lot of folks that are doing some high caliber stuff. So it's great. It's only $105 a month, and you get the Facebook page, and there's a lot of great knowledge that we share.
Right.
So what was I talking about? Oh, trying to sell
talking about
jail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what happened was, and this is one of the tricks we use. I wouldn't say tricks, but wait. So we went to the next door neighbor, and we kept talking to the next door neighbor, and he was like, "Hey, you're trying to steal this guy's house." At first, he wasn't real. We said, "Look, this guy's house is coming up for sale. He's got to do something.
Right.
It's going to be sold at the courthouse."
Right.
So we kept talking to him, and then finally, it was the day before the house went to sale. And we went back to the neighbor, Erica. We would call her Erica the door knocker, but she's actually really good at a lot of stuff. But anyways, she got in contact with the next door neighbor. She says, "Look, it goes to sale tomorrow. He needs to do something, even if he makes a bad choice. Let's have him talk to us, and let's come up with a solution."
Right.
So the neighbor went. He wouldn't come to the door. So the neighbor went to the back door, broke into the back window, cut his arm.
Jesus Christ.
And got in to talk to the guy. So we get a call back. Okay, his name is, let's say it's Frank. It's not Frank. Frank wants to talk to you. So the neighbor's good friends with him. So we went in and came into the guy, and we're talking to him. And it's, he's having some trouble walking, and has, he's like 72, 73. And he's like, "Look, I just don't have the money. I don't know what to do." And one of the things we like to listen. We've talked about this before. Listening is so important. I said, "Tell me what all is going on so we can come up with a solution. What do you want to do?" He goes, "I don't want to move. Okay. I know my house is very valuable." And he goes, "I'd like to, be able to stay here." And I'm thinking, okay, what's the solution here for him? And there's a thing called a life estate. And what a life estate means is somebody can live there for as long as they're living, basically. It's just, it's the life estate. So I said, I have an idea, because for us, we want that house in the long run. Right now it's worth probably $180 in the condition it's in.
Yeah.
So I said, how about this? We pay all the taxes, stop the foreclosure. We'll pay the taxes every year because he's on a very fixed income.
Yeah.
And, you can live here. And he was joking around going, "Hey, I don't got that many more years left. You're going to get this house sooner than later." Really, really cool guy. We ended up having a great time. But anyway, so by listening, the solution was, we'll give you a lifetime estate. We'll pay all the taxes each year. We'll do minimum maintenance, just whatever you need on the house. We'll do it. Yeah. And then at some point, the house will revert back to us. That's called a life estate.
Pay the water and the other
we're also doing some other stuff too. He doesn't have water right now and heat, so we'll go ahead and get that turned on.
Yep.
So we're going to do that, and it's a win-win situation because he doesn't have any heirs. He doesn't care. He just wants to be able to live his life out in the house.
Yep.
So and what would have happened was, if the sale would have gone through, at some point he would have been evicted and would have been out on the streets. So I think it's a win-win situation for everybody. So now, like I said, he doesn't have to worry about the maintenance on his house. He doesn't have to worry about the taxes. He has a small check that comes in. It can get the neighbors bring him groceries. So we really try, two things.
Serves people.
We try to come up with a solution that works for everything.
Yeah.
And the people we work with, they're our customers. And you have to treat them like gold. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
It's really important to do that. So, so sometimes breaking into people's houses is good. But try to stay out of jail. I don't like jail. Not a fun place.
That's why you make the neighbors break into the house, so you don't have to go.
No, I didn't make them. I just said try to get in contact with them. It's funny because the neighbor came back over and his arm's all bandaged up where he's got cut breaking in the house. And I was like, oh my God, I felt terrible. But I did not tell him to break in the house. I just said, please try to let's talk to him. And
he gave his best, man.
He did. And it's good. He's a cool guy. He cares about his name. So I really feel proud about situations like this where we come up to where everybody wins.
It's true.
It's and then we'll do some extra things for him over time. We went to the attorney's office. We picked him up in the Rolls Royce. And
Oh, really?
Took him down to
Was he excited? He was like, oh,
he's like, this is a nice Rolls Royce and stuff. But it turns out this guy knows a lot of my friends too.
Oh, really?
In the neighborhood, we were talking about one bar that my buddy Al goes to, and different stuff like that. And other bar, Warren. I know I keep shitting. Okay, but he knows Ashley. You know, it's like it was pretty cool. You know, and I loved his stories about where he worked and his life. I really enjoyed.
Cool.
And I think it's another thing. I think you have to enjoy people and what's going on in their life, talk to them and stuff, and
because you connect that way with them, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, there's a few people that we do this with that are scumbags that I don't like, but there's quite a few nice people that just got themselves into tough circumstances and don't know how to solve the problems, you know. So I thought that was a great win-win situation for everybody,
right?
You know. So
tell me about what's going on in Wolford. You were telling me earlier about it.
Yeah, I'll refresh people. This is an update on the deal we did. It started out as a vacant house. We're talking about, you know, we've talked a lot about how some of our best deals come from tax delinquent and vacants.
Okay.
You know, so it was a vacant house. It'd been vacant for 10 years. Anybody in Charlotte, they drove by it on the street. Oh yeah. And nobody just dove deep, you know. So what happened was, this is the one, and I'll quickly tell the story because I've already told it. But anyways, there was 2 people that were deceased, and the third person was living.
Okay.
I found her address. I left note after note after note after note, calls and everything. My phone. That's my buddy Al. We were just talking about. He's calling. Okay, let's see if we. Al, you're live on the podcast. What's up?
Live on the podcast?
Yep.
What are you doing right now? Are you at the office?
No, we're live on a podcast right now, and you're on it. We actually just talked about you and the house down from you. But can I call you back after we get done with the podcast?
Yeah. I was thinking I was calling you to let you know I got a couple things I want to run by you for the testimonial.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give you a call back, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
You're going to have to leave that in. This is crazy. We're just talking about my buddy Al, and then he calls on the thing. But anyways, okay. So what were we saying? Okay, Walford. So the lady had passed away. No. She was alive. Her brother and sister passed away, okay? And so we ended up, you know, that's the one, there's an IRS lien on it.
Right.
We bought it and let the IRS. But anyways, one house she sold us for $57. It had been vacant. Another one for $75. And she threw this little lot in for free that wasn't buildable.
Yep.
So what we did is the house on Richmond, I think it was on Richmond, what we did was we let it go. We had a whole year because there's still IRS lien we're waiting off, and she deeded us the property. We paid the taxes, so we ended up putting it up for sale. We sold that for $125, so we netted $58,000 on that property.
Yep.
We used that $58,000 to put down on the one we were buying for $75. So we only had to come out of pocket for about, you know, $20-something thousand.
Right.
Then the other lot that she gave us, and she gave us for free, minus maybe a little bit of taxes. We got a variance done on it, and we netted about $84,000 after expenses.
Wow.
Now, on the Walford, the other one, my partner, who usually makes good decisions, and I'll pick on him on this one, we've been letting the property sit there for almost a year now, trying to make a decision. Are we going to sell it? What are we going to do? And so he finally decided just to buy me out. So I'm getting $75,000 for my half.
Yeah.
So basically, the profit in this whole deal this is one deal. The profit was $57,000, $75,000, and $84,000.
Wow. On
one deal, and basically the only real money we had involved was the $22,000 invested in the property and we only had that invested for probably about 6 to 9 months because we sold the other piece to pay that off.
Right.
So it was a pretty creative deal.
It is.
And,
it is really
and it was vacant. So one of the things we talk a lot about is, you know, getting these vacant lists too, and going after those. Like, there's everywhere from, like, you know, we've done Kent Clothier. There's one I like now. I've been using HOA vacant lists. You can get those. I think HOVacantList.com.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. And that's got some good stuff. They scrub it down, but you can take some of these vacant lists and you can work them. But where you really make the money was when you deep dive.
Oh yeah,
I think you can do spread wide, and people are doing RVMs, texts, and cold calling was good. But like on this deal, that what's 75 plus 84 plus wait, 75, 84, and what's the other number? 57. Okay, whatever that is. You pull up the calculator while I do that. But you would not have gotten this deal if you would have, because this was on the vacant list. If you guys would have just sent out stuff, it probably never would have got through. So you have to dive deep on some of these deals. We talk about that.
It's 217, by the way.
217. Okay, 217,000 on one deal, where about basically 22,000 was total invested.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
It's a pretty good ROI.
Yeah.
But you got to dive deep.
Absolutely.
And you can go wide, and you can just send some, and you're going to get some deals. But when we really talk about that in the mastermind, did I mention we have a mastermind group?
I don't think so.
Okay, let me tell you about this mastermind group we have. It's $105 a month. We have 4 Zoom meetings, and we have a lot of badass mofos come on there, and me, and we show you how to dive deep, because I think you can go wide, but most of our deals are diving deep, and they're huge deals. Think of this, $217,000 on one deal.
Yeah.
So you take these vacants, and stack them with other stuff, and you dive deep, you're going to make a shit ton of money. You have the potential to make a shit ton.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But
how much is a shit ton exactly? My stepfather asked me the other day. He goes, "Okay, you keep talking about shit ton. What is a shit ton? A shit ton is 100,000 plus. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's.
Well, it depends what market are you in. Like we're right now in we're trying to get into different markets, and the California market is like you can be 500,000 plus.
Yeah. Like let's say we do a deal that's $30,000-$40,000 in Charlotte. Well, that's like buying a damn pizza over in California. It's like, so it's nothing. Like when I tell people, this is a real $100,000 deal. It's not like a California $100,000 deal, which is with next to nothing. So But
yeah, that's dive deep. You gotta solve problems. If you don't solve problems, you're just gonna get the small checks, right?
Right. And you get the big checks, and so we'll talk a little more about how we're doing some really crazy deals in California. Okay. Anyway, so I guess that's it for this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so what else? Mastermind. What else are we supposed to talk about? We're on the podcast. So we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah. Well.
We could talk about how, like on Walford, though this is just a deal, how we protect our lenders for private money, and
mention it.
And they don't make a shit ton of money like we do, but they make good returns. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So if any SEC guys, I'm trying to make sure I am following all the rules. Please don't come arrest me. I hear that they're getting strict out there, so so I'm trying to follow the rules and laws and everything like that. And but anyways.
Thanks for the listen.
And by the way, like I said, we got up really early. We're tired. So please send us some money. I'm going to give you, it's my address of my office is 3316 North Tryon Street, Charlotte, NC 28206. 3316 North Tryon Street, Charlotte, NC 28206. We have a sign that says "We Buy Houses," 704-777-7777. So if you want to send us some money because you're making money, we will put it to good use.
Oh, you just subscribe to the mastermind.
Subscribe to the mastermind. Yeah, did we mention we have a mastermind?
Hey, we have a mastermind. It's $105 a month, and we have 4 Zoom meetings and Facebook private group, and it's badass.
Okay.
All right.
What else do we need to plug? Is there something else we need to plug?
No, I think so.
Okay. I think we brought good value today, guys. I think we did. So.
Yep.
Cool.
Thanks for the listen, and see you in the next podcast.